Soldier Field opened back in 1924 with the Bears becoming tenants in 71, and what a home field advantage it has become here in Chicago. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Houston Texans and the Chicago Bears. 2 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3.
On the return, it's Tristan Ebner from his end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Now Fields going to throw on the first play.
There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A good pickup there, a 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
The Bears at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind is certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41.
On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
The big story all week, Texans coach Lovie Smith making his return to Chicago. Lovie, of course, the coach of the Bears from 2004 to 2012, and he was at the helm when the Bears won that NFC title in 2006. Wound up 81-63 during his tenure here in the Windy City. Then he would have that pit stop down in Tampa and then come back to the state of Illinois as the head coach of the Fighting Illini in the Big Ten before returning to the National Football League. On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, this defense for the Texans, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 3rd down, Herbert.
And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Now Fields.
Able to get this to Gordon.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Fields hit and the ball is loose.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, Fields.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Christian Harris. And the Texans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in third in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be first, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
Now the rookie 4th-round pick. This is Dameon Pierce. And this will be a Texans first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
And they didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
They find some open field here. Touchdown, Houston.
Dameon Pierce, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Back to throw, Fields.
Buying time. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Malik Collins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he's going to go down again.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And the Texans will take over.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Play action now, Mills.
And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Off the play fake, Mills. Finds his man, it's John Mechie.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Play fake, Mills.
That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Mills to throw it.
Steps away, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Texans.
John Mechie.
His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Ebner going to elect to bring this out of the end zone here. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Now left side on the swing pass. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
On first down, Fields.
He's got it to Williams.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Second and 2. To throw is Fields.
Over the middle, that's caught by Harry.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Play action. It's Fields.
Well, this is caught by Williams.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. All passes, all completions. And just like that, they're in the red zone.
And don't you think the playbook opens up a little bit more now? Because all they've done is throw the football. If you want to run it now, you may very well have them fooled.
Looking to throw again on second down.
Fields.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bears. Cole Kmet, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
On the return, here comes Smith out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there's never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go again with Pierce. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases. .3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pierce now up the middle.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
On third down, here's Pierce.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
So a chance to breathe easier now. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. On play action, Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Here's Fields.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. A final shot before the break. Fields.
And that is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter.
This taken in at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. That's caught left side by the tight end, Jordan.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. 130 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. Another carry for Pierce.
And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here's Mills.
Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield, incomplete.
3rd and short yardage, Mills.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Back to the ground with Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
On 3rd down, here's Mills.
That's complete. It's Collins. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Mills to throw for it on 4th.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Now Herbert to start the drive. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When Chicago lost his starting back, David Montgomery, for an early 4-game stretch, Herbert really stepped up and impressed a lot of people. Put up 344 yards in those games and convinced a lot of folks that he has what it takes to start full-time.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams.
There he goes, left side. The 20. Touchdown, Chicago.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL, but I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Out of the end zone comes Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
We got a brand new ball game, all even after that last touchdown, so every drive now becoming a little more critical here in the second half.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
143 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a handoff.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Here's a give to Herbert.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7.
Fields.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Darnell Mooney, the target there.
And now it's third down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down.
Fields now to throw. He's got this complete to Williams. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on third down to keep this drive alive.
A handoff for Herbert.
And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Fields going to get that outline to Mooney. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
4 yards remain for second down. Now Herbert.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Now Fields. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first.
They'll run. It's Herbert.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Herbert once more.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
1st and 10. It's Herbert.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal.
All eyes on Fields.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up 4th down, 4th and goal.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And his kick here is good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
That's complete to Pierce.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Mills.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Hand off right side to Pierce.
And he's got room. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
Here's Mills.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
What a game this has been, and what a drive that was, Charles, to take the lead here late in the 4th quarter.
And, partner, that's a job well done by everyone, from the players to the guys calling the plays. And if I may introduce just one downside to the mix, might be a little bit too much time left. Enough on the clock for a final last-ditch effort to try and steal this win away.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now Fields. And that's caught by Williams.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field.
Here's Fields. Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans have just about sewn up this football game.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He gets it to Cooks.
On the move past the 40.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies.
Mills looking to throw it. Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Mills back to throw.
And it's caught. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now receiver in motion left. Now they send a man in motion right. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The delay of game, a costly one, as they're backed up 5 for first and goal.
And they'll throw again. Here's Mills.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And one last throw here for Fields.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities and they make their plays.